What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about some key dates or some key things we can look forward to in April in regards to Batman Arkham. Now, I've made this kind of video for each of the last months. I kind of really enjoy making this kind of video. I know it's not definitely for everybody. I understand that. And this is going to be the last for a little bit. I do, after this, want to go back to talk about some really fun different features, multiplayer, different superheroes in Batman. So things like that. We're going to talk about some different aspects of the new game. So this is the last speculative video for at least a little while, okay? But one thing I do want to point out, and again, this is all always speculation. This is not to get people's hopes up. I don't want you guys jumping off of waterfalls and stuff, getting really, really excited. If you guys want to get excited, you surely can, and we've done it many, many times before. I think we're all pretty good at, maybe wanting something on a certain day, hoping for it, but not like being absolutely super let down when it doesn't happen. We've been through this enough times. But one thing I do want to point at is a specific day. It honestly is a specific day. It's April 9th. Now, April 9th is only 1 week away from today when you guys are watching the video. Now, there's a couple things with April 9th that are important to know. There's actually, I believe, three things. One, it is on a Thursday, which is when the January, and I don't want to say the day yet because that spoils it, but I'm going to get to it in a second, the last teaser images, okay, they released in January on a Thursday. Now, why is the 9th important? Well, January 9th is when they revealed the second set of images for the game, okay, on the redacted page, and they also split it up on all of their social media websites. So that was January 9th. Now, I believe it was September 21st that was the first one, the capture the night. Now, those dates don't line up, right? 21 to 9. That's not exactly 4 months, but for the most part, they waited 4 months from September to January to reveal the next images. Now, January 9th to April 9th, that is exactly 3 months from that day. So could it be, and people have said it, people had said it, people have even said in the comments, and people had tried to make basically like a timeline, could it be counting down? Could it be a countdown? It's hard to predict that, it's hard to say that, to be quite honest with you, because we only have literally one gap, and when you only have one gap, you can't really say if they're counting down, right? Now, I will say if they do something on April 9th, then maybe it is a countdown, because then it goes 4 months gap, 3 month gap, and then you keep going from there. So that's something to watch out for. If there's something in April in general, so not just April 9th, but I do want to focus on that, but if there's something in April in general, then I would say, honestly, safely assume that they are counting down. Now that's safely assuming, that doesn't mean 1,000%, okay? Because, and also in all reality, they could have no idea what they're doing. We could just have another thing in May, which was always my thing, right? Because if you do something in April, okay, well now you have a 3 month gap. Now you need to wait 2 more months. So you have to wait now till June to do it again. And then July, you do another one, but then it was supposed to be announced in June at E3. So the counting down 4, 3, 2, 1 month thing doesn't exactly work, even if they start it now. But still, April 9th, 3 months after the last set of images, actually to the day. It's also on a Thursday, which is when they did it last time. And one other really important thing. Now, I think out of all of the, and we've talked about this, key dates don't seem to mean much to them. Key dates do mean something to other developers and other games, and they have in the past. Obviously, it's very much a pick and choose thing, okay? Not all games, not all developers, not all publishers really use the key dates that, whether it be historically from their own games or something like that, they don't always use it, okay? But it's there if they want to, and we've talked about it. Doesn't seem like they're doing that when it comes to Batman. Now, when it comes to when the games release, that is where I think developers and actually publishers are the ones that pick that. I think that is where they really go off of historical data. So like Arkham, whatever this is, or if it's a Batman game, because Arkham Origins released in October, maybe it's got a stronger percent chance of releasing. Or end of June. Obviously, Arkham Knight worked really, really well there. So for this Batman game or even Rocksteady's game, an end of June thing would, and also historically in the game development world, those are also 2 really good months. So I'm just kind of giving you examples. But one final thing is, April 9th was when Batman Arkham Origins was announced back in 2013. It was announced, then I believe they showed it June 10th, which was that E3, and they showed the very first trailer, and then we got it that October. So, again, it's weird that the dates could line up that way. I understand. I've said it, okay? And I think, again, because I want to make it clear, because you have all those trolls, those negative Nancys out there that are gonna like cling to my every word. I'm not just saying these to say them. I do want to make that clear. I believe, and I'm following everything that I'm saying. So I just want to say that out loud. But it's weird that April 9th holds that much significance. Now again, was it planned this well? Because think about it. If you go from September to January, that's 4 months. And then if you literally went 3 months to the day, January 9th to April 9th, again on a Thursday, again 3 months to the day, and you did it, not only would it satisfy the 4-month gap to then a 3-month gap, not only would it be even the same day of the week that you last did it, but it would also be lining up exactly to the 7-year anniversary that you announced Arkham Origins. Now again, do they care about the date? People are going to listen to that last minute of me saying it and make up their own fake news about what I'm saying. Do they care about that? I truly don't think they do. I want them to. I think we all want them to, because we're grasping. I mean, and what really is wrong with that, by the way? All we want is an announcement of this game. Actually, not even. All we want, I think I speak for a large majority of people that are still with this, this new game Batman community. I think all we want is the next set of images. I'm pretty sure that's where we're at, that we will take that and then we will assess where we're at after that, and then we will go forward, right? I think that's where we're at. All we want are those images, but it is just weird how those days line up. You could even make the argument for April 9th without even saying about the whole, okay, well, it's 3 months after the last one, 4 months after the one before that. It also lines up with the January. You don't even have to say all that stuff. You could just say, well, Arkham Origins was announced 7 days to this day. And, I honestly, like, even with Rocksteady, if Rocksteady was doing this, they probably would do a tweet, like, remembering them announcing it. They've done that. I mean, they've done these different posts of anniversaries, of, they've shown us concept art for the 3 Arkham games. They've done a lot of stuff kind of like in remembrance of the past games. They're really good in terms of remembering the past and acknowledging it. I wouldn't even say respecting it, because it doesn't have to be respected, but I think acknowledging is a good word. They acknowledge that these days meant something at some point. Maybe they don't mean anything now, but all they mean now basically is to remember them. And it very clearly, Warner Bros. Montreal does not think that. We've passed several key days, including literally the release of their last game they've ever made, which was Arkham Origins. We passed that day, and they didn't even do anything about it. So clearly, I don't know, maybe they're in a thing of like, we just want to forget, we just want to move on from it. And you know what, if that's what they're doing, again, I don't want to always just bash them, because I do, as I've always said, think they're very, very talented, highly respect them. I think they're going to make a really amazing game. I just want the game. That's all it is. I think they're going to do a really good job. So I don't want to make it just like I'm bashing them, but it really does seem like they don't care all that much, or at all, you can make the argument, on that key date. One final thing to talk about is this, and it is a repeat of what we talked about in the months before, is kind of the same line of, we're running out of months. This game exists. It's not like this game isn't real. Now, what sucks is with every month that goes by, you get those people, those like 5-10 people that constantly show up in the comments to say that the game doesn't exist, and you just want to like show it to them. You just want Warner Bros. To announce it so you could say, oh, it doesn't exist. And all of the people throughout the last couple years, and for this channel specifically, for the last like 9-10 months, you want to say to all those people, oh, remember when you left or you stopped watching or all this stuff because you said that the game didn't exist and you were tired of me talking about it and stuff like that? Well, here's the game. So what sucks about it is it's just another month past where that doesn't happen, and that does suck. But in all reality, guys, here's the situation. And here's the deal, and it's been the same, but we're another month removed from it, is they're running out of time. Unless the game's been delayed, which very, very possible. There's no doubt in my mind that it could have gotten delayed. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it got delayed again. If it got delayed again, it may even line up even closer with the Batman film. Now, will the Batman film still release in June of next year? Highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. So you got to think about that as well. So if you're going to go the whole line of, well, they're trying to line up with the movie, possible. But again, like I've always said, I really don't think those things line up as well as people think they do. And also with just the uncertainty of the gaming industry, of the movie industry. I think it's really, really hard to plan something like that, but it could have gotten delayed. And if it got delayed, then yeah, I guess the announcement would be pushed back. But I think that's like a worst case scenario thing. I think that the worst case scenario is not that the game got canceled. But again, it's April now, and if they were going to announce it in June, I really, to be honest, because here's where I stand, I really don't see what possibly could have changed between last month and this like right now or next month leading into June. Now I know that could sound very hypocritical. You'd say, well, Alex, if you've walked outside, if you looked around the world, clearly something's happened. I get that, but if you were literally just going to announce your game in the terms of a trailer, in the terms of a gameplay presentation, whatever, in June, if that's what you're going to do, even if it was just a trailer, tell me why that could still not be done now. Tell me, because it can. It absolutely can still be done now. So maybe the game got delayed, but why would you not be able to still provide us a trailer, unless it's, again, part of their whole marketing and announcement strategy where it's like, well, we don't want to announce it too early. So maybe the game was supposed to come out in October. Maybe now it's been delayed till February or March of next year. And because of that, yeah, they could give us a trailer, but they're not going to because that's too far away that the game is coming out. That could very well be it. In fact, we may, when all the dust settles, that could be what happened. But as of right now, you can't really give me a good reason, I don't think, I've never heard one, of why they couldn't provide a trailer. And what does that mean? Because I'm not expecting a trailer in April, right? Nobody on planet Earth is expecting a trailer in April. What do we expect? The teaser images. That's it. And again, why can't you give it to us? Those images are completed. Those images are done. It's not like they have artists right now crafting the Robin symbol that they're ready to hit the enter button to make it go live to the public. That's not happening. It's already been done, right? It's just how they are planning on. It's all about the announcement plan, and I'm sure it's been thrown many, many times, and I understand that, and I'm not blaming them for that, especially if what's happened over the last month has affected it. Then it's not, it's not their fault. But at the end of the day, there's really no reason why they couldn't give us an image. There's really no reason why they can't give us a trailer. And so even if the game is delayed, I really don't think that's a good enough excuse to me to delay all these things, to continue to delay the announcement, because again, nobody wants the game tomorrow. Nobody's ever demanded that we get to play the game tomorrow. Absolutely nobody. I've never once said it. All we want is to get this thing rolling, and I don't think that's such a bad thing. So I guess April for a couple of reasons, right? 3 months after January. So if we're going to do that countdown, this would have to be the month. April 9th is the day they announced Arkham Origins 7 years ago. Again, does that matter? Probably not. And also the time factor. They're running out of time. If they were going to announce this game in June, I don't see how so then in May you're just going to release all of the images? It doesn't really make sense because there's different sections or categories of those missing circles on redacted, unless we've all just been reading it wrong and their plan is just like, okay, well, we're just going to fill in the rest of the images all in one go. Could be, doesn't really make sense. Probably it wouldn't have been that way, but then they had to change it, so now it is that way. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different things we could talk about. I did get myself more excited. I did get myself more amped up. I always do this in the beginning of every month. At the end of the day, you guys know me. You guys know what I'm all about. Really, I'm just trying to provide some useful info for you guys. I'm trying to be, a speculation kind of, observer at this situation. That's it. I'm not going to go running outside, in a Batman suit, like parading for this game. I'm not that insane. Anybody that says differently on Twitter, in the comments here, all that stuff, all fake news. You guys all know that by now, right? So thank you guys, as always, for watching. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure, as always, which you guys have done such an amazing job, make sure you guys are subscribed and have that bell icon turned on. Like I said, last video like this for now. We're going to be talking about some different kinds of aspects for the new game over the next couple videos. Maybe we'll get back to some speculation after that. If something does happen, obviously, on April 9th, we'll be ready to go. All that good stuff I've said every month. In 1 month, guys, it will eventually come true, and we'll be able to do it, and it'll honestly be a truly, truly amazing feeling. Be safe out there, guys. We're all in this fight together. I'm always here for you guys in the comments, anywhere, Twitter, Discord, all that kind of stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.